So I had somebody come up to me and say, I'm running my dryer in time mode for hours and the clothes still aren't dry. I asked, is the dryer getting hot? She said, yeah, it's just not working. So after everything I did in this video, she came back and said, dryer's finishing before the washer, and I don't remember the clothes ever being this dry. So this dryer has one of the worst lint filters ever, and so the lint just gets past it inside everywhere, and she had cleaned it out with the brush inside here, but we hadn't cleaned any deeper than that, so that actually dislodged some stuff. After we fix the dryer, we'll install kind of a magic little connector that tames the hose snake in the back. It's kind of a unique install. So if we think about a dryer, it's fairly simple. You've got air getting heated up, blown through the clothes and blown out, right? And the heating and the blowing through the clothes was working, it just wasn't getting out. So here I've got a dryer vent sweep brush, and it's for a typical 4-inch hose, which is what most people have. And this has sections that screw together, and then you have a little piece that goes onto your drill, and you work it in and out and clean out the lint. It's got some bending nylon pieces there, so you can kind of get around 90s and corners. So you may be able to get it from inside the dryer area, but it's much easier if you have a flip-up vent outside. Here I'm going in and out, adding sections, and what you'll notice is we've got a little bit of dust coming out. It's flowing kind of weak though. It's just kind of coming out as smoke rather than as streaks. And you definitely should put on a mask, which I didn't, and I was coughing a bit because I got a little more dust than I wanted in my lungs. But here you see the point where it breaks free and all the junk comes out. And what was weird is I did the full length 3 times before I finally got the major clog out. So I was working past it and getting some back. It was flowing slow, and now it's like a jet engine. This is all of the crap we got out of about 12 feet. Inside, we've got this snake here, and instead of having that snake coiling up as you push the dryer back, you can use a magnetic latch that actually hooks onto the dryer, and then as you push it back, it just goes thunk right onto it. It's pretty cool. So they put the washer and dryer in here, and then it's almost like the vent was an afterthought. It pops up out of the floor like a weird 70-degree angle. So instead of doing the 90-degree mag adapter, which felt like it would either be too high or wasn't made up with the tube quite right, I did some tests with the 180 at actually using the bending of the flex hose to do that 90-degree angle. And here I'm using the oscillating saw with a bimetal wood blade. I trashed it for this one cut, but blades are really cheap on that one. That was about worn out as it was. Wanted to make it easy to get down to the snips. Looks like all isn't lost there. Looks like I'm going to fit pretty well. So if you haven't used 10 steps before, you get red for right-hand cuts, and you get a green pair for left-hand cuts, and yellow is generally your straight pair. That's the conventions I've seen. I don't know if that's everywhere. So here I'm green cutting the other direction. So I wanted to get this kind of low, and got to deal with the angle when I get in there. Here I was actually cleaning out before I did the outside long snake. So here by notching these, I'm going to be able to fold them over, which will allow me to put the vent on top of them. So doing little notches and hit them down with a hammer. So this will be covered up by the magnet, so it doesn't have to look too pretty, but I wanted to make sure that pipe was secured in there. I realized that to fit in there, I'm going to need to take some of this edge off, so using that trash blade to cut some of the rubber out of there. And that'll all fit in place. So it's got a ring that goes down to it, and then it has 4 spring clips that hook to that magnetic ring. That just has a really big black ring magnet on it. And the part that comes from the dryer also has a ring magnet. And so I wanted to line those up and put them where I thought most of the force would be. So that was me not quite tightening the chuck enough. So I had to tighten it to get it out of there. I loosely tightened it into the drill bit, but I forgot to finish it off when I decided to continue with the pilot hole idea. Anyhow, I got the pilot holes in and all the screws down. Came with 4 screws. You could probably put all 8 around there, but it seemed like it was going to be plenty once you've got connections there. I put the 2 side ones so they would get a good pull right at those tabs, and then there's probably going to be very little load on those ones closer to the dryer. You're only going to get this disconnecting load. But here I've got that 70-degree hose to deal with. So I'm going to slice a slot in this in between the 2 so it fits right in the middle. I'm going to hammer that in, but I decided I need to make some dimples to kind of shorten it. Normally you'd use something like a fluting plier, which is really nice for kind of shortening, but I kind of did it crudely. And you'll notice as I knock this down, I don't quite get those lined up in where the spring clips should be, but they hold okay. You want to be really careful when hammering that down. I was doing gentle taps because you don't want to break the magnet. And sticking a hammer in there to hammer that back, it kept getting pulled to the side. It's kind of hard to see there. I've been stuck to the side 2 or 3 times. Should have had a more plastic one. So I'm testing that 90-degree pull, and it looks like we're going to work pretty well. So tightening this thing on here, it takes so many more turns with a pipe clamp than you think it will. I'm going to leave you the audio of that slide in and lock on there because it's a little bit satisfying. This thing sits about 4 or 5 inches back further than it did before, so really good. Thanks for watching.